Welcome to WTA's Executive Dialogue Series. I'm Roger Franklin with Crystal Solutions, and I hope you enjoy the following segment that contains great insights into the changing satellite-terrestrial mix in our industry. Be sure to watch to the end, and I'll share a technical brief that'll help you begin to navigate the future of metadata in your content streams.
So our services were predominantly provided via satellite due to the cost and availability of fibre. Where we were transmitting from a particular site more than about 30 times a year, it became effective to put in fibre infrastructure. Over the years, due to availability and pricing, we're now in a situation where if we're attending a venue more than about 10 times a year, it makes commercial sense to put in a fibre. Our certainly our sports broadcasters, they prefer a fibre route because although we employ the latest compression technology, the customer still requires a very high bandwidth feed, which can be into the hundreds of megabits per second. And also more recently, latency is driving the necessity to move away from satellite and use a terrestrial fibre infrastructure. Obviously, when you're providing satellite services on an ad hoc basis, you had the flexibility to move from location to location. Fibre, being a permanent fixed infrastructure, means once you've invested in that infrastructure, you need to try and maximise the usage. So therefore, we look at sports halls and venues and to try, or we will try, or we do try, to maximise the usage of those fibre infrastructures. And unlike some of our UK competitors, we try and offer a variety of add-on services. So not just for vision from the venue, we provide reverse video, we provide communications, we provide internet connectivity. So they all enhance our services. In other areas, we may put, for example, a wireless COFDM network in and around the facility, which means that not only our sportscasters, but our newscast customers can visit the venue, and with no terrestrial, no connectivity, they can wirelessly connect into our fibre network to provide services. When we're using fibre services, what we do, we tend to buy a service. So therefore, although we will, in the first instance, our NOC will monitor the availability of the fibre service, we do rely heavily on first, second, and third tier providers to make sure that the service is giving us the availability that we're paying for. Currently there is quite a rapid move to fibre for a lot of the fixed venues, as I mentioned before. Our business, we do provide a lot of news type SNG services, and I think it will be a long time before our newscasters will have a fibre infrastructure in place where they can connect into from wherever a breaking news story is going to be. The terrestrial bonded 4G service, that already complements a lot of news technology feeds, but it is only early entry. Once a story mushrooms into a big event, satellite is still the preferred route. And while I think fibre will complement that in the manner I mentioned before with COFDEM communications, I think it will be a long time before fibre is available on every street corner. Having said that, I think from our revenue streams within 3 years, probably 50–60% could be from fibre infrastructure. 4K, we've done a lot of trials in the UK, putting 4K over satellite. The satellite operators are very keen to promote 4K because of the bandwidth that it occupies. I think the actual advantages in quality is questionable, and I think I wouldn't like to compare it with 3D. You know, 2 or 3 years ago, 3D was hype and everyone's talking about that. Certainly in the UK and Europe, there's a couple of 3D channels, the take-up's not great. 4K, I think by the time it's distributed terrestrially to homes, the quality's falling off considerably. And while you look at HD at the show, or 4K Super HD at the show, the quality is very good. By the time that material is delivered into people's homes, it goes through a lot of additional compression, and the quality is marginal. But I think for archiving information, I think broadcasters will be keen to use 4K. And I think when you're talking about fibre infrastructure, once you have, if you've got a gigabit connectivity, putting 4 HD signals down to produce 4K or even 8K is achievable. So people can really, for archiving. And if you archive with the highest quality, then even when you've messed it around and distributed it, the quality should be improved. But I think the way the technology is moving, where does it stop? It's so much bandwidth is taken up. Very quickly it moves away from being viable over satellite, and fibre is the ideal platform. Yeah.
Crystal Solutions is proud to have brought you this WTA Executive Dialogue Series. I'd like to thank the participating executives and you for your time. Go to the link on the screen to download your technical brief that'll help you navigate the emerging future of robust metadata integration to further monetize your content streams. Please drop me an email and let me know your thoughts on this segment, and thanks again for watching.